Arsenal had 25 shots compared to Crystal Palace's 8. What are these match stats telling us, boys?
I mean, for me, Arsenal, yeah, we're definitely slightly the better side. I mean, it's all the shots, but how many were on target? 7. You know, it's not great numbers when you do the maths of that. Really and truly, you can have as many shots, but you want it to be shots that are actually going to affect the game and on target and causing problems. I thought Palace defended well. I thought Oliver Glasner tactically had them set up so well with a back 5, 4 on 1. We saw Nketiah playing on the right-hand side at the start in the first half, making it very difficult in the way they interchange. Sprang once where it was Mitchell had a really great chance, but that's what you get when you get a real natural defender in that final third situation and just absolutely skies his chance. But I thought tactically Glasner couldn't have done any more what he did. I think that with the players and the injuries that he has and his anger for not having a strong enough depth, if he did have that, it could be a different story.
I was 25 shots, a lot of shots, though. It didn't feel like that way watching the game. So you have to also give credit to Arsenal. Like, you will want to give credit to both teams. I thought Crystal Palace was good, but Arsenal did enough to win the game, I thought as well. So I think that's important to know. 25 shots, here in the most they took all season in a game. So that's pretty good performance.
All right then, everyone, let's go back to Emirates Stadium because we're joined by Crystal Palace player Will Hughes. Will, so thank you so much for joining us. You weren't able to get the job done today. You were so close. How are you feeling after the game?
Yeah, tinge of disappointment, obviously. Going out on penalties is not nice. I think we were a bit sloppy in the first half, rode our luck at times, but managed to get ourselves into it late in the second half, and like I said, it's always disappointing to lose on penalties.
Hughes, it's me, mate. Hope you're well, bud. You're looking great as always. Just wanted to say, you're playing really well at this moment in time, probably not getting the results. I think the Leeds one was a bit of an anomaly in the way you've been playing in the performance. Do you feel now you need more players back from injury? Because it just feels like it's straining on you, the amount of games that you boys are having to play. And it's hard to keep that level of consistency up, isn't it?
Yeah, potentially. You know, it's unprecedented how many games we're playing this season. For Crystal Palace, I think it's the first in our history. We've gone quite far in all the cups so far, with the FA Cup still to come. But I think they'll be looking to recruit in January, as every team will, especially with the injuries we've got. Like you said, it's a pretty small squad as it is, but it's easy to say it's down to tiredness, but you look at the second half performance and, you know, we're anything but tired. We came into the game stronger as it went on, so listen, Arsenal are a top team and you have to ride your luck at some points in the game, but I think overall, especially in the second half, we did well.
Will, take us into your dressing room. How would you describe your manager, Oliver Glasner? What's his personality like? What are the best qualities that he has as a manager to get you guys playing the way that you do and achieving what you guys have achieved so much?
Well, there's plenty. He's extremely demanding. He wants the best for us. He doesn't let us off at all in games and in training. He expects you to train as you play, and that's why we've been so successful. You see the togetherness in the squad. What we've achieved over the last 18 months or so is pretty incredible. So a lot of that goes down to him.
Hughesy, is that your first penalty as well? Is that the first time you took one?
No, don't be silly, Troy. Don't be silly.
It was a nice pen. I saw a little cheeky smirk afterwards. Was you a little bit nervous?
Yeah, I think people were surprised I took one.
Tell him the truth, Troy. Tell him the truth, Hughesy. He didn't believe in you.
I was the same. I said I've never seen him take one. I did also say technically you are a joke, so I did balance it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm the first to take a penalty, but in a shootout I'm always confident. But it's disappointing. The quality of penalties were top from both teams, so it was going to take something like that to separate us, unfortunately.
What's it like coming off the bench in a game like that and trying to like catch the pace of the game? Explain to if you could explain to guys like what that's like trying to catch the intensity up to the pace and up to the intensity of the match.
Yeah, ask the guys to the side of you. It's difficult. Everyone thinks you've got all the energy to come on, but getting your second wind when the intensity is that high is difficult. So you just have to catch it as quick as you can and get up to the pace of the game and switch on. Because it is difficult, but that's what we're there to do. We're there to come on and impact the game in any way we can.
Hughesy, how tired are you from having to carry Troy when you played with him at Watford? Must have been hard in that midfield role, lazy striker.
I have to be careful what I say.
OK then, Chris, thank you.
He'll drop me a message after, so.
Oh, is he like that, eh? Yeah.
Will, thank you so much for joining us.
Love you, mate. See you soon.
Cheers, guys. Take care. See you later.
What do we think about Crystal Palace now? They've got Tottenham on the weekend in the Premier League.
Oh, is that what you do? You message him on the side after you skip?
But it's not my fault people are scared.
What am I getting involved in? I'm trying to build a relationship with you. Now I'm scared.
No. I haven't spoken to Hughes in a little while, but obviously I see him at games and stuff and chat. But listen, he's a little bit nervous. He knows the old Troy, doesn't know the new Troy. I think for Palace, it's a really weird time. And obviously Hughes gave us what would be, I would consider like the standard answers. Obviously we played well, unfortunate. But I think when they go in that dressing room now, as a team, you're looking around going, we keep playing well, but we're not getting over the line. What is it? What's missing? And I think if they're being really honest and we've got no emotion attached to it, it's that little bit of quality that they've lost, whether that be through injury or through AFCON. And that's the only difference you could say from the back end of last season and to right now. If they had Sarr and Munoz today, it would have felt a completely different game. And I think they'll be looking at Spurs thinking, right, we can beat every game. We can beat everybody with every game that we play. But I'm not sure if they're 100% that he'd get over the line and truly believe it with the squad as it currently is.
To maintain this season so far and to have a good season, they need to go into the transfer market.
It wasn't just the game Palace lost, but also losing Chris Richards in the 75th minute due to injury. He seemed to be in a lot of pain. We're going to be hearing from Oliver Glasner what he had to say about the injury after the game.
You had to manage the game as well with injuries. What happened to Chris Richards? That looks a bad one.
Oh yes, he got a knock on his foot and it was had to be stitched, but doesn't look so bad. I don't know if it's possible for him on Sunday, but hopefully in the new year that he's back, because of course this was also we struggled then a little bit with tall players, because he's one of our best headers, and we had to take him off, and Will Hughes comes in. So because we didn't have a tall player on the bench or a tall defender on the bench, so I think players did well, yeah.
Big blow for Crystal Palace losing Chris Richards.
Big blow. Big loss for him. Defensively, what he can do, and the manager of the Glasner says the strengths and ability that he has, being a threat for them in a set pieces, but also being very good for them defensively, having that physique and not being able to have anyone now that he can replace him with. So that's a bit of a worry moving forward with the difficult fixtures that they have.
I think as well, though, it's a positive, because we all were a little bit concerned that it was a lot more than that. You know, start to see people leave on stretchers. It doesn't look good. You start to think to the worst. The fact that you only need stitches, probably Sunday will be a bit too soon, but maybe a week away. Let them dissolve and then he can be back playing. So all in all, it'll feel like a bonus, not only for Crystal Palace, but for US men's national team as well.
Well, we had a bunch of doctors in the other room, right? We all thought we were doctors. And yeah, no, but I agree with Troy. Like, you're looking at the situation, like, whoa. I had never seen that before. And then, obviously, we started saying, started talking about the World Cup and stuff like that. So to hear him say, maybe we'll get him back this Sunday, oof. Big relief for, American fans all over the world, and big relief for, obviously, Crystal Palace, because they can't lose some important players. So happy to hear that for him.
What now for Crystal Palace, though? Because coming into this game, a big storyline were the injuries, also the players to AFCON, but that will all be sorted out when the tournament's over. Is it showing now that Crystal Palace don't have the depth of the Arsenals, the Liverpools, the Chelseas to go far in the now 3 competitions they're in?
I think that's never been questioned. The manager, Oliver Glasner, has made that very clear, and everyone can see that. I think for Crystal Palace, when you look forward, you've got the uncertainty about the manager's future. You've got Marc Guehi, one of your best players, his future uncertain. I think if you're smart and up top, you're looking at the situation right now. Everything is still good. You talk about their league position, Europa Conference League and how they're doing that and could win that. The reality of it is this, you have to reinvest. This January window, they have to get more bodies into that football club, and it has to be of good quality. It'll be easy for this club to recruit players because of what they're doing and where they're at in the league right now, and you have to plan for the future. Regardless of what Oliver Glasner is going to do or not, you still need to make that squad stronger and healthier for, if he does leave, that the next manager coming in has already got a good squad to work with. That's just my opinion.
But I think the problem that they've got is they haven't made a decision yet on his future. So the fact that
they
the
have
manager...
that power still, though, that's a problem.
But you can't then recruit for this system. We see it with Man United, right? You 3-4-3, you start to recruit for that. Not many coaches in world football are playing to that style. So if Glasner leaves and you've recruited for that, the next manager comes in, plays a 4-3-3. Now your squad's totally unbalanced and you're trying to figure it out. So for me, before they look to doing anything in the market, they need to get an agreement in place with him, lock him in make sure they can do that and then move forward. Because at this moment in time, it seems to me that Palace are behind the 8 ball. It seems like Glasner's got all of the control.
But don't you think that if they don't get players in, then it makes it more evident that he's going to leave? That's the double-edged sword, and you still need to have a more
that's the bad position they put themselves
in. Yeah, because if you don't, then Glasner can even walk, and then we could say, well, they never backed him at the start of the season, they never backed him in the January window. So someone has to take control of this to say, right, we're going to get players that are going to be capable to play in this system, but also play if a different manager comes. We have to get top-quality players that can fit in any system, which is a decision that they can take as a club to put themselves in a good position.